Welcome to my workshop. In today's video I'm going to be making a bike repair station. The whole build is on a budget. I'm going to be using construction lumber, the cheapest you can get, to be honest. The tools you will need for sure is at least a handsaw and a drill. However, if you do have access to a miter saw or at least a circular saw, the whole process would go a lot quicker. The first thing we need to do is to cut the main supporting beam to the right length. Now I'm using timber that's 7 centimeters wide, 4.5 centimeters thick. And in my case, I'm going to be cutting this beam to 150 centimeters. This height will allow me to mount my bike on it, which does have 28-inch wheels, so it's a large bike, but also my wife's bike, which is smaller, and then my son's as well. Right, the main beam is cut to the right size. Now we need to think of the base that will be able to hold our bike in place and the whole thing won't rock too much. Now before we're actually going to continue, one tip from myself, okay? If you're new to woodworking or DIY of any kind and you don't really have any tools, then one suggestion from myself, if you don't want to invest in power tools, that's fine. However, if you just want to tackle this project with a handsaw, buy yourself a Japanese type handsaw, okay? It's far better, easier to work with, and you'll get better results than a normal handsaw. And they're not more expensive. Yeah, you can get really expensive ones, but usually they are quite cheap. I'm going to leave some links to a few examples of these down below in the description of this video. Now it's time to sort out the base. I'm using timber that's 5.5 centimeters wide and 4 centimeters thick. To start with, we're going to need two pieces that are 80 centimeters long. Now to speed the whole process up, I'm actually going to be using my miter saw for the rest of the cuts. Next, we're going to cut a piece that's 18 centimeters long. However, we need to add miters to both ends that are 45 degrees. And again, you can make the cut with a handsaw or a miter saw. And another piece that's 39.6 centimeters long. And so far, that's how the base is shaping to be. However, to make sure everything's nice and stable, we're going to cut two more pieces. One that's going to be 60 centimeters long, and a final shorter piece that's 21.7 centimeters. And now your base should be looking something like this. Now purely for aesthetic looks, I'm just going to add a 45-degree bevel cut to the two longest pieces of the base. Before assembling the whole base, I'm actually going to give all the pieces a quick sand down. I'm just going to use grit 100. As you can see, I'm using an electric hand sander. However, you can just do it by hand with a bit of sandpaper. It doesn't have to be ultra smooth, just to make sure to get rid of any splinters. Now it's time to put the whole frame together. Now I've marked off a middle of the main beam and I've marked off the middle of the support beams, okay? And I've pre-drilled a couple of holes for some screws. So now it's just time to drive in the screws. In a similar fashion, we're going to attach the longest side pieces. Now I'm going to use a clamp to clamp the whole thing down to my workbench. However, if you don't have clamps, just ask somebody to hold everything together for you as you are driving in the screws. And now finally, the remaining two pieces. Alright then, we've got the stand now ready. So the stand is sorted. I think it should be stable enough. It shouldn't give us too much wobble for us to actually work on our bikes. But now we need to create some sort of a shelf that we actually can attach our bike to it, and we're going to go with the easiest option here. I've got this piece of timber. It's 9.5 centimeters wide, 2.5 centimeters thick, and I've calculated that I need 2 boards that will be 37 centimeters long for the bike to hang far enough and not to hit the post of my stand when I'm going to be fixing my bike, basically. So yeah, let's cut this to the right sizes. And now we can attach both of the pieces to our stand. To make sure that these pieces don't flex outside or something like that, I've cut out a block from the scrap piece that I had over here, and I'm just going to install it between both of these 2 pieces. It will also act as a stop block, making sure that the bike doesn't go too far in. And I've got the final piece for this build. It's 24 centimeters long, both 45 degrees. Basically, it's gonna go just over here as a support for the arm itself. Now what you may want to do is to give everything again a quick sand down, break all the sharp edges to make sure you're not going to damage your bike. Also, you can paint this to any color you want, or actually add some shelving unit or storage to this for all the keys and everything else that you would need to repair your bike. Now, as the final touch to this project, I found this piece of plasticky rubber type material in my workshop, and basically I'm gonna wrap around the arms that will be holding my bike, just to make sure I'm not gonna accidentally scratch it. You can use anything you've got, any type of a plastic or rubber will do. You can wrap around the arms and make sure you're not gonna damage your bike. And I'm gonna use my staple gun to attach this. And for some strange reason, my staple gun is shooting 2 staples at a time. Right then, the stand is ready. Let's test it out. Let's see if it's gonna hold my bike. Okay, it hangs. And it's nice and stable. I can work on my bike at any issues at all. Nice, clean access to everything I need. As you can see, it's simple design, but it works absolutely great. No issues at all. It actually hangs the whole bike on the seat, right? So you got access to everything. Nothing is in the way. Absolutely fantastic little project. If you are struggling or can't actually afford a stand for a bike, or actually need something that's very specific to your bike, maybe you want it a little bit higher or lower depending on your personal height, well, this DIY version is definitely worth making. For me, perfect height. I don't have to bend to anything. Absolutely brilliant. Now, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, drop me that like button down below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. But before you go, I do have some really cool playlists over here. Click on those and maybe you'll find your next video to watch. Thank you very much. Take care.